Hey, Brian Parker here with another good video. This is kind of a scary one. When you think of AI and its impact on our society, it's growing every day. We're seeing it everywhere. So what is AI's impact on debt collection? You can imagine that the debt collector's number one resource is information, is data collection. So given what you can get from AI, that will be debt collection on steroids before long. So I'm gonna take a look at the most recent changes brought about by AI. I want you to remember, AI means artificial intelligence. I don't know if you ever thought about that. It's artificial intelligence. To me, we should treat it as alien invasion. What would you do if you knew aliens were on their way to this planet? They've got a couple of years, but you know they're on the way and they're gonna take over your way of life. What would you do? Would you just sit back and say, I'll deal with it when it gets here? Or would you take proactive action? So I'm gonna show you what AI is doing to the marketplace today. And I can report to you without mentioning names that I literally just asked one of the leading attorneys representing the top 5 of large corporate debt collectors, his opinion. And just on the research alone, he sort of confirmed what my research led me to tell you about AI. There's a yin and the yang, there's a good and the bad. So we'll look at the foundation and the bad, but I'll tell you how with the right tools, you can fight back. I remember I saw this movie. I don't know why I like it so much, but if it's on, I'll watch it. It's one of those things like The Godfather. I've seen it 10 times. I'll just watch a little bit and before long, you're watching the whole thing. And the movie's called Constantine. And one of the female character is very Christian, and she says to Constantine, I don't believe in the devil. And he says, you should, because he believes in you. I want you to think about, and I've said this in past videos, you may not believe in AI and its impact to society, and now you should, because AI believes in you. So we're gonna look at the debt collection industry. It too is facing an alien invasion. As most professions are, jobs are gonna be eliminated. And in the AI world, there is no care or empathy or anything like it. It's just giant narcissist. So it would behoove you to go look at my last video, Your Rights Under Social Media. It basically is going to touch upon what I'm going to tell you today, how you can protect yourself, including I'm going to show you towards the end of the video, and I say towards the end of the video not to get you to watch the whole thing, but that's where it's placed in my research. What can I do to protect myself about what Parker's about to tell me? You can get a very powerful tool called the TCPA, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, and that awards you $500 per call or $1,500 per call. I've done those cases. I stopped doing them, but I used to do them a lot, and there was a ridiculous amount of money because it was so prevalent that robocallers and debt collectors and telemarketers, that was the real crux of it, were bombarding people, and that was the way to stop it. So look at my video, Your Rights Under Social Media. Just did it, it's up on the screen. But keep in mind that by 2034, the AI debt collection market is projected to hit $15 billion, and it's growing at 17% every single year. That's 6 times faster than your non-AI supported debt collector. And that's not the future, that's right now. So those numbers are projected to go higher. The protections are there for you. I'm going to talk about them, but the explosion of AI debt collection, those aliens are coming. The explosion of the AI debt collection, well, the alien AI invasion is here. And here is what's happening. So they're growing at a 16.9% level. So when a debt collector uses AI, he gets rid of the mistakes, he gets rid of the people, he gets rid of empathy, he gets rid of you going, look, I just lost my job, I'm expected to go back to work in 6 months, can you hold on? That goes away. There's no care there, all right? Companies, however, are investing billions because its productivity, they've done studies, has shot through the roof, and they cut costs at 30 to 50%. How do you cut costs? You get rid of people. So the machines are coming, and that means 4 out of 10 of every collection attempt now is AI generated. Every aspect of collection is now being AI generated. One major collection agency reported that AI voice agents, you've had them, perform as well as the average human collector, but there is a 25% recovery rate. So what are they going to do? If your profits can go up 25%, you're going to stick with Fran, who's been in the business for 30 years and tries not to have that hacking, smoking cough whenever she talks to collectors? Or are you going to go with a machine that can call 50 times faster with no problems, no smoke breaks, like Fran down the hall? So that's what the collection industry is doing. It's coming after you and your debts, whether real or not. So I want to show you how the AI system works. First, the AI system in a second, the same way if you use ChatGPT, we actually get kind of mad at ChatGPT. We're like, it takes 30 seconds to get the results. And we're like, oh, come on, right? But it goes through billions of code and information and Google and everything to come to this result we ask. Well, they do the same thing in AI debt collection, but they draw it from you. So they look at your past payment history. They see what time of day you're most likely to answer. A friend of mine that has a lot of subscribers to his channel, he always likes to help me out and give me hints. Hi, Steve. And he'll go, Parker, make sure you drop your video at 10 a.m. because studies mean and show that 10 a.m. is when people have sat down with the coffee at work and now they can watch your video at work. So I go, okay, but the AI is predicting through the algorithm, it knows your every move and it knows even when you're going to answer the phone. So they know which communication channel you prefer. The AI knows whether it's phone, text, or email, or any other version there. And again, look at your rights onto social media video I just did about how they can contact you on Instagram and Facebook. It's in parameters, but it's coming. Whether or not you're more likely to pay or will you be more susceptible to a payment plan is in the brain embedded in the AI caller. Even patterns in your social media. If you sit there and flick TikTok, it knows. It's drawn from so many sources. It knows every move you make. So there's something called an omni-channel automation, and that is these systems, they don't just call you, they look at all the platforms, all the channels, and then they decide which is a priority within the channels that you frequent. So they'll hit you with automated calls with natural sounding voices, and then at the same time text messages timed to see when you're most likely to respond. So the emails that you receive will seem personal, but they're really auto-generated. So you've got to watch for that. When you see that, you know, oh, the AI is coming. You will get those chat boxes that you're clicking on in websites, they're also coming your way. So you have to watch for that creepy part of this whole thing. And the creepy part is it will data mine you. How many times are you on TikTok? Are you on social media? Do you answer the phone all the time? How many phones do you have? So, and lawsuits are being filed much more than they were pre-COVID now. And it's so much easier to file a lawsuit when you use AI. But that has enormous benefits for you, okay? But what worries me are the following. The AI system, as far as harassment, it's going to be upscaled. They're going to just make thousands of more calls a day, multiple channels. You're going to be inundated. Again, please go watch my Your Rights Under Social Media video I just did, and that will kind of rest your heart at ease. But go check it out. But you will now be getting bombarded by calls, whereas Headset Harriet doesn't have the speed that the AI has, or the information, or the ability to turn on a dime like these guys are programmed to do. Now, there's going to be automation errors. AI-powered systems can base litigation decisions on inaccuracy. Again, I love that stuff, which sounds crazy, but I've always operated on humans being humans, but the humans are feeding this machine, right? And I don't see that changing. I see more efficiency, but again, the information is put in there by humans and the data mining by the machines themselves. But one of the concerns I have is also if you make a promise to pay, that gets recorded. If you say anything, that gets recorded. And it's likely the unsophisticated debtor isn't first saying when he communicates with the machine or the man, please understand that everything you say will be used for settlement purposes. I'm only doing this to settle a debt. I implore you, always begin a conversation saying, I'm only discussing this for settlement purposes. Why? Because whether it's man or machine, and believe me, the machine sucks up everything you say, every nuance. It's going to create a report to either the next debt collector, the collector that's the liaison to the lawsuit, and eventually the lawyer will get the report of all these nuances. And that's where you can have some fun. And if you just leave it alone, the report that the debt collector attorney eventually gets is going to be so skewed and lacking nuance, it may actually hurt their ability to file the lawsuit. While they'll get lots of information, if that information is based on the wrong information, things are going to go bad. There's going to be also this data privacy. The younger generation is giving away some privacy either for social contacts or to buy things. It's common where you just fill out some stuff and you get a free thing, where the company is data mining you so it can offer you future products, and you say, yeah, but I want that 10% off coupon. And all that stuff, as a younger person or an older person, you've been giving away to get free stuff or a short-term benefit, is now going to come back. That information, if wrong, and it commonly is, because again, the AI is not going to be able to see the nuance of, Joe Jones Sr. versus Joe Jones Jr., things like that, which are pervasive today. I don't see them changing much because the information is initially bad that the debt collector's feeding them because it gets it wrong. So that means a larger scale of mistakes are coming your way. You're going to be bombarded illegally, even worse than you were. The TCPA, the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, requires prior express written consent for robocalls or auto dialing. Again, not to go back to this, but that social media rights video, when you take out a card, a loan, a debt, any kind of debt now, whether you realize it or not, you're giving away the right to be contacted. They have a right to contact you. No debt collector has to ask your permission because you already gave it in the original contract. So the original contract of any debt is what survives and controls who has what rights. It's usually one-sided. But prior consent means you gave Citibank or Wells Fargo or Bank of America consent to contact you. You must recall when you get a loan or something, there's a box you check off. May we contact you? However, they must follow the law. They must do it between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. But the FCC saw a real gaping hole here. FCC put out a ruling, it's FCC 24-17, that says AI-generated voices are considered artificial voices under the TCPA, which means the following three things. AI voice calls are regulated. Calls using AI-generated voices fall under the same restrictions as traditional pre-recorded messages. They still need your express written consent before calling you because it's a real call. It's considered the type of call under the TCPA that is regulated. Without it, companies would argue that AI voices aren't artificial. So a robocaller is an artificial call and they can send that 10 times a day, right? So the companies are saying AI voices aren't artificial since they're generated in real time rather than playing back a recording. You've all got these recordings. This is a debt collector, blah, 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 blah. Or, hey, it's a telemarketing call. So the FCC closed this loophole and said the law of the land is that AI-generated voices are artificial voices, which means you're covered under the TCPA. So if they keep it up, you can hit them for $500 a call or $1,500 a call if it's a willful violation. How do you get a willful violation? You let them know. You send a letter, certified return receipt requested, saying, please do not call me anymore. I revoke my prior consent. So that letter will be on the video for killdebt.com. So in that video, your rights under the social media rights, there was the 7 calls rule. The CFPB, the Regulation F, on November 30th, 2021, the CFPB issued new debt collection rules and essentially said, debt collectors can't call you more than 7 times per week about a specific debt. After speaking with you, collectors must wait another 7 days before calling on that debt. This applies per debt. So if you have multiple debts, the limit applies separately to each. So now you have the CFPB regulating calls. You have the TCPA, which is powerful stuff to protect you. But here is the powerful part. The debt collector, whether it's AI or not, must comply with both laws. So you have two ways to catch them. The TCPA violation, up to $1,500 per call, and the 7-call rule violation. If you're calling too frequently, it becomes codified and defined under the FDCPA as harassment under 1692E and 1692C. You can sue under the FDCPA, or both. You can have a field day with these guys. So that's one way you can protect yourself. And I'm gonna give you 4 letters that can help you now. So you want a cease and desist letter. I think that's called the mouse that roars. The minute you send a cease and desist letter, you eliminate billions of dollars of their money to contact you. It has consequences in that they will have, in some cases, no choice but to sue you because you're not cooperating. But if you're pretty solid on your case and your debt, or whatever life reason, send them the cease and desist letter. I'll attach it to Parker GPT or this video, because the very genesis of the AI crux, the muscle, the steroids, is the information sucking, the vacuum. It's trying to get information from you to use against you. Funny enough, that's what the mini Miranda is. Anything you say will be used against you. Any information you give us will be used. That's the mini Miranda rule, and it's true with AI. By the way, you can't say pain without AI, just saying. So use the cease and desist letter. The validation letter screws everything up. And again, it's going to require human intervention to handle that. Ask questions, ask to talk to a supervisor, but use that validation letter. They said in England, put a spanner in the work, put a wrench in the machine. The credit dispute letter. The FCRA is powerful stuff. They're gonna start putting stuff on your credit. And I've got great examples in my next couple of videos where they're using the wrong addresses to serve someone and then putting it on the credit that they served the person at the wrong address. Now that address is on the credit, now the bad debt's on the credit. So use my credit dispute letter. My TCPA, this is the big one, revoke prior consent letter. Send that letter even to companies where you're not in default. There is no problem. Because down the road, this economy I can see it tanking. There's an unease right now, the tariffs, everything. You can feel it. I've done the research, it's not just feelings. The largest group of individuals filing for first-time unemployment benefits is, for the first time in our history, those people with a college degree. It's no longer the blue-collar worker or the shift work. It is now the degreed individual is the largest amount of first-time employment-seeking group. And people that have just gone through 4 years of college are finding that there's no entry-level job there either. So they're going to be seeking jobs and really qualified of others that normally would take that job. So you're going to have, as the way I see it, a lot of unemployment brought about by the AI. Why would you hire someone if an AI can replace this guy that has a 4-year degree with no experience? You've got to remember that the AI is as good as the person that programs it, and they are still breaking the law under the FDCPA, TCPA, and the FCRA. Here's some 5 rules. Assume it's always AI. Assume they've done a great job and that person is AI, because it probably is. I want you to ask, am I speaking with a human or an AI system? Some states are starting to require that get disclosed. Even if it isn't, you gotta ask, because remember, it's getting recorded. Never give information, tip number 2. They're designed to extract information from you. Don't help the beeps. Don't confirm your identity, and don't give anything until you get sufficient evidence that you are safe. And by the way, don't give any admissions that I have to see when I represent you. So do not give information and try and break them. Keep asking the same question. Remember to use your consumer mini Miranda, which is, This is for settlement purposes only. I'm only saying this for settlement purposes, and keep saying it. Demand verification. Remember those letters, those 4 letters? Use those letters. Go to killdebt.com and use them from Parker GPT. Document everything. Be a problem Parker. Be a problem GPT. Parker GPT. Be difficult. Keep asking more questions when they're talking to you. Exercise your rights. The more problems you create, the more you'll get flagged for human review. I got that from the leading attorney for a number of debt collectors. Said the minute the thing breaks, it jettisons to human review. So that's, if you can break it, you'll be talking to, hopefully not Headset Harriet, but a human being. So remember, you're not powerless. You've got the TCPA, $1,500 per violation once you send them a letter saying, hey, please stop calling me. AI or otherwise, FCC just came out with the rule that AI-generated robocalls, debt collectors are covered under the TCPA. You've got the rules, you've got the ability to hit back, but don't be naive. You may not believe in AI or want to, but it believes in you and it's sucking up a piece of information you have. So if you want to kill it, deprive it of oxygen. I hope this helps. Bye-bye.